Welcome to the Bald and Beautiful. This is a Kmart Studios production, sponsored by MJB Electric and Doug's a Chiropractic. Welcome to the ZaBillsPodcast. If this is your first time, we discuss everything Buffalo Bills. Thank you and enjoy the show. Go Bills.
Listener's discretion is advised. ZaBillsPodcast.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
All right, folks, welcome to the Bald and Beautiful podcasts. Our panel today is Mike.
Glad to help.
Oh, boy, folks, with the holidays going on, pickings were slim. Anyways, no, it's the ZaBills channel. Bills lose in a very frustrating game, 12-13.
Yep.
Why don't you? Where would you like to start? Offense, defense, coaching.
How do you hold a team like Philadelphia to 16 offensive yards and a half and lose?
Dude, that's unbelievable.
How do you do that? And then to have Coach Sirianni, because you know how those Siriannis are, coming off the field talking shit. You had 16 yards, dude. Just shut up. You know, we lost that game.
Yeah.
They did not win that game. We lost that game.
Right.
100%. I mean, you can, of course, dial it into one play, the 2-point conversion that Josh missed by a mile, but we shouldn't have been in that position.
100%.
We shouldn't have been there. No, if nothing else, we should have gotten the extra point on the first touchdown.
100%.
Then we're only trying to tie the game. A kick would have put us up. So there's that. But you hold them to 16 yards and you can't score more points than that. And we were shut out, I think, for the first 3 quarters, right? It was definitely the half, but I'm not sure if we scored in the third quarter or not.
I don't think so. I think it was...
I got it.
Gosh darn it. I think it was 13-0 going into the fourth.
It was. We scored all 12 points in the fourth.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you don't score a point in 3 straight quarters, you don't deserve to win the game, period. But, to hold them to 16 and not be able to do anything with that. And, Josh looked off the entire game. There was no question to me. He missed some bad plays. So that raises my question of, is he hurt? Is he playing hurt? I'm all for his Iron Man streak that he's going on right now and starting every game. But what's it going to do if he gets destroyed? You know what I mean? So I have tickets to Sunday. I'm going. I'm not going to watch Josh play. He's going to take a snap and be done. You know what I mean? That's how it should be.
Sure. Frustrating.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've already talked about, am I going to stay the whole time? I'm not that guy. But why? Why sit there through an entire preseason game? Essentially is what we're looking at.
We'll jump to post-game talk here for a second. Had the Bills won, they were still alive for winning the division, correct?
Yes. If they won, the Patriots would have to lose to New England this weekend, and we would, of course, have to beat the Jets. But we could beat the Jets. And
in Miami, they're playing a little bit better than they've been, right?
They have been.
Even though they have really nothing to play for other than probably a draft
That's
spot,
just it.
Which is you want to lose, right? Tank mode.
Well, that just happened to the Giants again. Second year in a row.
Oh, boy. Why? They ended up winning?
They won, and they would have had the first overall pick again. And they lost it again, just like they did last year.
Where the frick did they play? Oh, Vegas.
That's why.
Ugh. I mean, you probably try to lose and you couldn't lose.
Exactly.
But you know what? It's probably good game reps for that Jackson Dart kid,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there I am watching the game. And first couple drives were back and forth. Bills start getting some momentum, and then the tuck rule play.
Everything changed.
Everything changed from there.
Yep.
Did you feel how much juice do you think was in Josh's head, if you will, with how he's never beaten the Eagles before? Do you think there was some of that in there? Because he seemed like he had to put the superhero cape on early in this game when it was 0-0-7-0. I just was like, this guy is playing. I don't know if they just couldn't get enough going and he felt like he had to do something more than anybody else, but it was like, dude, why are you playing hero ball so early?
Yeah. I felt, you might have something there because I felt not only did he play hero ball, he was doing a lot of forcing early that we haven't seen a whole lot of that out of him, even really in the past 2 years.
Right.
Even this year with how bad the offense is, there hasn't been too much where you're like, what was that? There's been a few, but nothing like a couple years ago, right? So I think you might be onto something there. I don't know. I think part of me too, I hope I'm wrong, but part of me thinks they maybe didn't quite care as much. Like they're in the playoffs. They almost knew they weren't going to get the division because the odds of Miami beating New England in New England when the division's on the line and New England's going to play everybody, I think New England comes out firing in that game. Now they don't have to,
Is their spot locked up?
Yeah.
Guaranteed to, no matter if they win or lose?
You know what? They may have a shot at one still. They may have a shot at one, but that means Denver has to lose to the Chargers this weekend, and the Chargers are not playing their starters. They've already said that. Herbert's not playing. Those guys. So they're basically handing it to Denver. It's Denver's to lose because it's not only against San Diego with none of their or a bunch of their starters sitting, but it's also in Denver.
So you said Denver's playing L.A.
Right. Yeah, I could call them San Diego. They're not anymore. But
No. Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at it right now. The Broncos are 13-3. They're currently the 1.
Yep.
Patriots are also 13-3.
Right. Did they play each other? There was a tiebreaker in there somewhere that gives it to Denver.
Well, let's see. Denver wins tiebreaker over New England based on percentage in common games.
Okay.
That's why Denver is sitting at number 1.
Okay. So if Denver wins this weekend, it's theirs, period. So no matter what New England does, because their record will be the same still.
Oh, so New England might as well sit their guys.
Right. But if Denver somehow lost that game, then New England can get the first overall, first spot. What time are those games? The two different games, the Denver game and the New England game.
Hold on one second. Let me pull that up. Okay. You asked me about that is a 4:30
for Denver.
For Denver and LA, and the Patriots. Is that who you're asking? The other game also 4:30.
Okay, so that doesn't really help the Patriots because they have to make a decision. Because where I was going with that is, let's just hypothetically say the Denver game had been earlier for whatever reason. Once they know the outcome, they know how to play it.
Right,
but they're not going to. So my thought is, I really don't think New England's going to go for it. I really don't. And the only reason I say that is because Denver has to beat the Chargers at home without their starters. Denver's going to go for it, right?
Yeah. You would hope. You would think.
Plus, Denver's won, 11 in a row? 10 or 11 in a row?
Yeah.
Like, very similar to New England, except for when we beat them.
Schedule. Okay. We'll come back to the schedule later. Okay. So, Josh Allen performs the tuck rule. And I was like, and we all said in the chat, like, if you threw that ball out of fucking bounds, you would have still been in field goal. Or, no, that's not the play, but you wouldn't have turned the ball over and given up probably. Did they score up off that drive? Yeah. So you gave up 7 points on that bonehead play of either. I know, like, listen, we've said it a million times. The dude is a fucking alien.
Yeah.
But there are those times in games where you don't need him to be the alien and just be human and go down or throw it out of bounds.
Or even in that case, because he was right up against a defender, whip it at his chest. Just hit him in the chest with it. It'll hit the ground. He's not, you know what I mean?
Right.
Something.
Right.
When he tried to tuck it, that's what changed everything.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it. He's been doing that a lot lately. Like, get rid of the ball. Why? Like that sack in the game before where it was almost a safety, remember?
What about the game we're talking about?
Yeah.
He took a 20-yard plus sack again, took him out of field goal
range.
Now, granted, would have Badgley hit the field goal? Who knows? 50-50. Who knows?
Better than where Josh ended us at.
Well, 100%.
But, I mean, that's here nor there. You know what made me think of, what this made me think of was the playoff game a couple years ago against Cincinnati, where...
Is that the Hamlin game or the game after Hamlin?
The game after Hamlin, where they came in and beat the shit out of us.
Yeah. And
all that stuff was going on with Josh at his house. That was when his ex was leaving and Haley was coming into the picture and all that stuff. And, he played a horrible, horrible game. Now, I understand there was a whole offseason. But since that game, we've not seen it again, right? We've seen some bad plays, some bad games, some maybe even a bad quarter. I'm really hoping that this wakes him the hell up. We have a lot of optimistic guys in our group, a lot of optimistic guys that are saying we're about to go run on 6 in a row or whatever the case may be. And hey, you know what? I would love that.
Hell yeah.
I'm realistic. I'm very nervous about this team facing these solid teams. You know, I'm worried about Houston. If we end up having to play Houston, then that defense. I'm worried about the freaking Jaguars. Where are these guys coming from? All of a sudden, they're lighting everything up.
Right.
We can't compete with that because, you know, we've had years where our defense kept us in stuff and our offense struggled. Then we had years where our offense kept us in everything and our defense struggled.
Right.
It seems like this year it's everything.
Yeah.
It's like they can't click.
Yeah.
You know, they're like the 16 yards in the second half. They held Philly to 16 yards, the defense, and then what did the offense do? Nothing.
Even the first half, the defense played pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, he gave up 13 points, which is, you know, a touchdown and 2 field goals.
Right.
That the Buffalo Bills offense of the past would have had no problem.
Right.
When you average 30 points a game.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you right now, because you and I had a conversation similar to this, a prior game, I almost put money on them to come back and win because I was that confident that they could.
Oh, did you take a peek at what the money line was?
Ahead of time or at that point?
At that point when they were down 13?
Plus 750.
Oh, that's a good pay.
Yeah. So I almost did it because I'm confident that they can come back. But then the half just kept going. I'm like, what is happening?
Right.
We're not getting going, you know? So it depends who you get. Depends who you see.
Are you a little nervous? I think what's also going on, is this the second game in a row where Josh has become, no, who do we play before this, Cleveland?
Yeah.
They weren't, he was running around a little bit. He was scrambling quite a bit in this game.
Yeah. Well, that Cleveland game was the one where he almost got the safety because he scrambled back 20 yards.
Correct. Okay,
Yeah.
so it was you a little concerned with the offensive line? Like, I'm seeing Torrance is now becoming a weakness. Should I word it like that? Or is it more, he's becoming more of a door, not a window? Our buddy Dawkins.
He's been rough lately.
He's been getting spotlighted more of standing around, Olay blocking. Like, I just feel like Josh Allen has been under duress more lately than he had been quite a bit of the season, where he can kind of stand back there a little bit. Like, now he's got to get rid of it immediately. There's no time for any of these plays. If they're still doing that, what was that one we looked up and researched? The mesh,
whatever.
I don't know if they're still doing that, but it's got to be tough for maybe our offense. And the other thing is if they're getting pressure with 4, why are you not leaving another tight end in? And I said that out loud at one point. Not I'm saying a genius, but I said that out loud to my son. And then all of a sudden, what do you know? They bring Knox in at like a fullback for another blocker. And I'm like, you guys should have been doing this a while ago. Maybe that Joe here that talks about 13 personnel a lot, maybe we should have ran more of that. But could you? No, because Kincaid was out.
Right.
So could you have brought in, did they bring in Alec Anderson more?
You know, I didn't even notice. So that's got to tell you, if they did, it wasn't a whole lot. And I look for that stuff, you know. I did see them using Knox quite a bit on the block, and Gilliam, too. Gilliam, they were lining up, and I don't even know, Joe would know what it's called, but it's not the I formation, but they have him off to the side.
Yeah.
And he would lead block. That's what he would do. The other thing, too, is you were talking about no time. I saw a stat about Josh's release time, and how it's gone from like 3.5, 3 3/4 seconds down to like 2 something because he has to get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
Because he has no time.
Right.
These guys are in half the time he's getting hit when he's dumping it at 2.5 seconds.
Right.
You know, 2.5 seconds is nothing.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to have time to go through his check down, you know.
Now, I will say this. If the Eagles' plan was to take Cook out of the game, they did a pretty good job. And if they said, hey, we're going to put all our eggs in a basket on taking Cook out of the game, we're going to let you try beating us with a passing game. And they picked right.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't they? Who do we have? Who are we throwing to? You know, especially with Kincaid injured.
You would think that with the names on this team, you'd have enough talent to do something.
Yeah. It was nice to see Brandon Cooks finally do something.
Finally, 3 or 4 catches, right? Like a huge catch with the helmet.
Yep. A couple of them
get him
very contested.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not going to debate or discuss probably the plays that were shown online of where Josh could have thrown an easy touchdown to who was the guy off to the side who was wide open? Was it Cook or Brandon Cooks off to the side, like easily could have thrown it to him.
I think that was Cook. I think if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's Cook. There was another play too where he tried to force it down the field, and Cook was wide open in the middle, and Cook was right at the first down.
Now listen, that is a hindsight 2020 type of thing, like because in the heat of the moment, do the best quarterbacks scan? If you have time, you probably could do it.
Right.
But if you're running and scrambling and trying to dip, dodge, and dodge and duck and it's probably harder to find somebody that's standing there wide open. And does Joe Brady's offense, his schemes or play calling make you nervous at all? Like, I just don't think he's producing enough points.
Look, I'm far from a football expert. I'm far from a playbook expert. I can tell you what's coming.
Right.
If I can predict what we're going to run, that's why the defenses are shutting us down. Now, they surprised the hell out of me with that hook and lateral play on the fourth down. That surprised, but that was
twice this year.
But that was right after a screen behind the line of scrimmage trying to get the first down.
Oh, we have to be the worst screen running team in the league.
Yep.
Historically, like since Thurman Thomas, like I mean, there's probably a few here in between, but why can they not run that play?
I don't know, but why do they keep going to it if it's not working?
In the Shakir bubble screen or wherever.
Same thing. Yeah. To me, that's all. It's all the same category. You're throwing it behind the line of scrimmage. That's that. And I understand that works, and that should be part of your playbook. But I feel like it's a lot of our playbook.
Did we discuss how there was a stat that the Bills had like the shortest passing attempts, like yardage from the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact, but I remember that is because we're throwing at or behind the line of scrimmage a lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
back to before I interrupted you about how you said that the offense is predictable, and then you talked about this. Was it the screens? What else did you want to say about that?
Nothing. I wish that we were going downfield a little more, and we did this week with Brandon Cooks. We did. We stretched the field, as they say, a little bit with him, but I feel like we have more opportunity for that, even if it's not 25, 30, 40 yards down the field. Just we're not throwing behind the line of scrimmage. Try. When I'm sure you heard the same thing. When I played, it was 4 yards. Give 4 yards on a play. That's what we're trying to get every play. We get 4 yards every play.
Right.
You're moving it down the field.
Yep.
These guys aren't doing. I mean, they're not even. They're not even. In some cases, they're losing yards on these throws.
Yeah.
So
some of them, you're like, you drop it. You should have dropped the ball.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have lost yards.
100%.
Do you? Oh, I had a thought. Anyways, that's what I was going to say. Is Kincaid that important to our offense? I'm thinking probably yes.
I think he's that important to our offense in the sense of how much attention other defenses have to pay to him.
100, yeah.
And by them doing that, it frees up other things, right?
100, yep.
So now we've got Cook getting shut down. Like
that's tough. We have Cook and Cooks.
Yeah. We have Jimbo being shut down in the run. And now what are our options? We don't have. So thank goodness Brandon Cooks did something, like I keep saying. But and it is nice to see, I'm not going to lie, it's nice to see Knox.
Hell yeah, earn some of that money.
Yeah, finally. Yeah. It only took 2/3 of the season until it started.
Yeah. You know who was not getting any attention on the field? Cameo.
Yeah.
You think he's done here?
I think so. I think that's a fail. I think they're writing it off as a fail. And you know what? You let it go while he's on his entry-level contract. It costs you nothing but a draft pick from years ago, and you move on. Or package him. The one thing I keep hearing about is Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson wants out of Minnesota. That's what I keep hearing. Can we fit him on this roster? Probably not financially. That's just being realistic. But if you've got to put out a trade, throw him in it. Maybe a new environment. Maybe he blows up. Who knows? But
that would be the Buffalo way, right?
Yeah.
Now, Joe says that there's no way of affording him because you have to move several pieces to afford a guy like that, and that sucks that we have to do that. It would be so nice. Well, look how many receivers you have that have underperformed a contract.
Right.
Keon Coleman, although he's on a rookie deal. Curtis Samuel. Where is he still on IR?
I have no idea.
Like, where's he been?
Yep.
Shavers is...
I'm pleasantly surprised with Shavers. I
wish it was more consistently involved.
That I agree with.
Minus blocking.
But this guy has made a career on a practice squad, so he's made some big catches for us this year.
He did.
He did. This week he did, actually.
Yes. Who else are we missing here?
Who did you just ask me about before that?
Curtis Samuel.
Let me just Google him real quick. Because we just released somebody. It wasn't
We
Samuel.
released Mecole Hardman Jr.
Right, okay.
And Tim thought that it was to make room for a tight end, but we didn't bring up a tight end, so I don't know who they brought in his spot. And Judon hasn't stepped on the field yet. Who was number 75 out there?
I don't know.
I didn't recognize him.
On the defensive side?
Yes. Also, was Ogunjobi a healthy scratch too?
Yeah, I didn't see him play, so he may have been.
That didn't work out either.
No. That was a fail from the beginning because he's the one we didn't know was going to be suspended.
Correct.
Yeah.
Michael Hoyt was probably the biggest disappointment this year because he came back 5 quarters.
Yeah, was it that much? Yeah.
Was it 5 quarters or 6 quarters?
Yeah.
Like he played a game and a half?
And he looked dominant.
Was awesome.
And then blew out his Achilles.
Right.
Yeah.
Joey Bosa, I'm still very impressed on how that's gone. I'm going to say this, and probably the panel is going to shoot me. I don't think Bernard is the guy.
No, I don't think they'll shoot you. I think they agree. He had one hell of a year.
Last year.
And when we needed him to.
Shell of himself.
I'd rather have Williams out there. Put out.
Or Shaq Thompson.
Or Thompson. Yeah, Thompson. And thank goodness Milano's flying around again.
If he wasn't.
We'd be worse.
Yeah. And then, now am I hearing that Ed Oliver is soon to come back?
So that's what I heard. But then last night I heard he had a setback. That was
McDermott said that?
My credible source, my friend, just said he heard that. I don't know.
No. I heard that too on the Shout podcast.
So maybe that is the case. I don't know any details on that whatsoever. But
you know what the good thing is, and the Bills are still in it, obviously. But the fact that there is no juggernaut in the AFC.
I know.
Like everybody is. It's all probably going to come down to touchdowns, right? Like a touchdown this game or a field goal this game. Like I think
who can make one more play,
right? Who's going to make the most mistakes,
right?
I was watching. To those who watch Peyton's Places, there was a Bills episode last night, and I'm not going to ruin it because Mike here hasn't seen all of it. But there was a stat that was revealed from that. Did you know that might have been the first? Which Cowboys Super Bowl was the complete blowout? The first one or the second one?
I don't remember.
Whichever one it is, do you remember that the Bills had 9 turnovers in it?
No. I did not know that.
Yeah, Tasker brought it up last night that they had 9 turnovers.
Well, that'll do it. Oh. Jesus.
Yeah. So, I thought that was crazy.
And just to answer your question, I looked up Curtis Samuel real quick, and it doesn't say anything about what he's doing. But depressingly enough, he has 7 catches and 1 touchdown this year. That's a game for most decent wide receivers.
Let me look this guy up.
He did win the national championship with Ohio State, though. I still have that T-shirt, 2015.
Why does he not show up on the ESPN search? Curtis. There he is. Okay, let's see what his current status is. IR.
So that means he's got to be done for the year, right?
Correct.
At this point in the year.
Right, because it depends on how long he's been on it.
Okay.
Right, because IR is a minimum of 4 games.
Well, I'll tell you this.
What's
the last note? It says he's on IR, but it says Samuel with an elbow/knee has been ruled out of Sunday's game against the Steelers. So that's how long ago this update is.
So Steelers, that's you just had Eagles, Browns, Patriots. So he could come back anytime. If he went out in the Steelers game or after, that's been 4 games. Okay. So he could come back.
Okay. And you wouldn't bring him back this week either way. Why would you? This game means nothing. So if you've got someone coming off of...
How shitty is that? The game means absolutely nothing for the last meaningful game in that stadium.
Yep. But potentially the last game in that stadium.
Ever.
Yeah, because I don't see a world where we have a game at home unless you're the
6th seed playing the 7th seed.
That's it. And what are the odds of that happening? But I guess if it's going to happen, this is the year. This has been the craziest freaking year with everybody, you know?
So let's see if that is actually possible. Playoff standings right now. Yeah, we are currently 7. So if nothing changes, we are 7. But Joe said that we possibly could switch with the Chargers.
Yeah. So if the Chargers lose, they would drop
win.
They would go to 7. We'd go to 6.
And if the Texans lose, if we win and both the Texans and the Chargers lose,
could we bump as high as 5?
We could jump up to 5.
So if you're 5, then you're going to Pittsburgh or Baltimore.
Yeah. Let's get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
That could be exciting talk. Okay. So, recap. Bill struggled to score points. At times struggled moving the football. second half, defense is lights out, shut down the entire Eagle. Oh, how the hell did we keep Saquon Barkley to like 50 yards or whatever? What I don't even remember what he had total, but
I don't either, but it cost me a bet. So, yeah.
What was your bet on him? What leg? How many yards?
70. All purpose, 70 rushing, 90 all purpose, I think it was.
Okay, let me see if I can find this game up here.
However, the Sunday night game was very good to me.
Oh yeah,
$400.
Really?
Yeah.
God damn, man, I got to figure out how to win some money. Well, I got screwed that one. Who the hell? There it is. Okay, box score. Saquon Barkley, 68 yards.
And he had 70.
Yeah. So, Bills keep him because historically we cannot stop the run.
No.
But yet in the last 3, 4, 5 games, we're starting to actually fix things, which is incredible. Josh had a bonehead sack. Sure, call it a bonehead play. The tuck fumble, bonehead play. Like we said earlier, Josh is trying to do too many things that are not 100% necessary, especially when you're down only, at that point, was it probably 9 or 10-0? I mean, shit, you've been down a lot more.
21.
With a lot more time left, or less time left, you know what I mean? And you've come back and win. So, and then, the Bills. Okay, let's talk about at the end of the game there. I was okay going for it, right? Like,
me too, 100%.
Freaking ride or die.
Yep, might as well.
But you missed him by yards.
That's the problem. Even if
yards, not fingertips, yards.
If he gets sacked.
The fucking guy was open too.
If he throws into contested coverage and it doesn't get caught. If he hits Shakir in the hands and Shakir drops it.
Especially in that weather.
All heartbreaking things.
Sure.
But to see him throw it where you're just like, wait, what, did he get hit? Like, what happened? Because I'm watching where the ball's going. I'm not watching Josh. So at first I'm thinking maybe his arm got hit. He was all by himself. He just threw it away, you know. So that made it worse. But no, I'm totally fine with them going for 2. I kind of like it, actually. Be aggressive. Go for the win. If he catches that, McDermott's a hero. Everyone's a hero, you know.
Speaking of heroes, did you know that the challenge that they won in that game was the first challenge they won all year?
You put that in our group chat. I literally had just read that on Twitter, and then you wrote it. I'm like, what are the odds of that?
Also, don't we pay a guy up in the booth to watch this shit, and you've only won one challenge? Now, maybe, what did they say? It's not like their only challenge, right? They've had like 7 or 8.
Right.
They're 1 for 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Is that guy really giving you really good eyes in the sky?
Well, and you have to consider too, there are times where challenges are used even though you know you're not going to win it, right? There's times where it's because
I would hope not, but why would they do that?
Because you never know, right?
Sure. Hope and a prayer, you mean?
Yes. And if it costs us a timeout, we'd spend one anyway. You know what I mean?
And then punt it.
Yeah, exactly. But to have 0 for 7, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you've got to know what you're looking at, right? There are times where I'll watch coaches throw the challenge flag for other teams, and I'm pissed for them that they have to use it because it was that obvious. Like the ref missed it, made a bad call. Now I've got to use my challenge to fix it.
Right.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
But to go 0 for 7, like you said, and we're paying a former ref to do this for us.
I'm sure he's making more than you and I.
Yeah. 100% he is. To work, 1 day a week, essentially.
Yeah. Stand up there, watch. Yeah. Tell me what to do.
Yeah.
So, that was interesting. I listened to a couple discussions. A lot of people wanted the Bills to kick the extra point and tie the game, go to overtime.
Of course they did, because we missed the 2-pointer.
I can agree with the reasoning for the hindsight was that the Bills had all the momentum. The Eagles hadn't done anything. I think they had, 3 or 4 consecutive 3-and-outs. I mean, 50% you win the toss, take it down, you score, and you win. I think they changed it.
No, both teams get possession. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's even irrelevant. So, okay, let's kick the extra point, go to overtime. We lose in overtime. Those same people that were pissed off that we
went for 2,
we should have said we should have gone for 2 and just won it then. So that's the way.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Exactly, yeah. I'm okay with it.
I could see, I just can't get over how far off he was on that throw.
It's crazy. And he knew it immediately.
Oh, yeah.
And you could see the look on his face like,
I just blew the game.
he did. He lost the game on one play. Again, said it earlier, shouldn't have been there.
Yep.
But we were.
Yep.
And he had the chance to be the hero. And
the big sacks are starting to, like, I love Josh Allen, folks. I do. I have signed helmets. I have 5 to 17 different varieties of his Josh Allen jerseys only. There's something going on where it's kind of like, I could see why guys talk shit about how he is not like the best quarterback. This is something I might say. He is the most talented football player to ever play this game. The running, the throwing, the Superman shit. Is he the best quarterback to ever play the game? I'm going to probably say no right now.
so what I'll say is he's definitely probably one of the most athletically gifted people that's ever played the game because
100%.
Yeah, he's in good shape, but he doesn't work out to the point of. He works out. I know he does. I'm not saying he doesn't, but like Aaron Donald, look at the size of that guy, right? He's athletically gifted. He's not the most intelligent, is what I'm saying. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying he's an idiot. He's a very smart guy, I'm sure. But look at Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was not as physically gifted as Josh is, but man, did he know this game, and he broke down tape like no one else. And like I've heard people say he would be a bad coach because he's so intelligent that he would expect all these players to do the same and they wouldn't keep up with him,
Yeah.
So I think that might be where it lacks. And when you're out there and you're under duress, and I've never been, so you only have split seconds, right? Split seconds to make these decisions. And right now, he's not making the right ones. He's hanging on the ball. You know what else makes me worried about him hanging onto the ball too long? He's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt. Instead of just getting rid of the ball, he's scrambling back and forth, waiting for an ACL to blow out or get laid out by, he's lucky Myles Garrett didn't kill him last week,
I was hoping Myles Garrett was going to kill Aaron Rodgers this week.
Yeah, right?
Didn't happen.
Did you hear what Garrett said about that?
No.
He said Pittsburgh was so worried about keeping him away from Rodgers, they forgot to win the game.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, the Bills put focus on him, too.
Yeah.
I can't believe we've got a flip-flop, or I'm flip-flopping from, like, holy cow, our defense sucked, to now, holy shit, the defense is the only thing keeping us in games.
It's crazy. The same personnel. I mean, for the most part, right? The same personnel. And it's gone completely opposite.
All right, well, let's see here. Since the Texans loss, where we scored 19, we scored 26 the following against the Steelers. Steelers are a bad team, though. I can't believe that they're ahead of the Ravens and the Bengals this year.
The Steelers?
In the division, yeah.
Well, that division sucks. I mean, that division's coming. We'll talk about that coming up, but
yeah.
That division is coming down to one game.
Yeah.
There's two divisions that are doing that, and they're both shit divisions.
Yeah. Okay. 19 points versus the Texans, 26 against the Steelers. Finally, 39 points against the Bengals, 35 against the Patriots.
After being down 21-0.
Yep. Then you score 23, and then you score 12.
Yeah. So,
I mean, listen, all you got to do is score one more point than your opponent, and you win. I get that, folks.
But 12 points.
12 points.
From one of the most powerful offenses in the league.
Is that the fewest points we scored all year in a game?
Might be. It's the first time we were shut out in the half of them forever.
At home.
Yeah.
41 in the first game, 30 the second game, 31 the Dolphins, 31, your favorite number. And then we scored 20, 14. Then we beat them 40, then 28 points. Our lowest to that point was 13 points in that Dolphins route. Fewest points of the season was this game. You need 1 point. Now, granted, Jalen Carter, freak.
He is. Unbelievable.
Like even on the broadcast, they're like, holy cow, that was black. And then they're looking like, holy cow, he was up there forever. And why would you kick it that low? I don't get it, kickers.
I don't know.
Fucking kickers. Sorry,
I
Corey.
thought Carter went up on somebody like illegally.
Yeah.
And they showed the replay. I'm like, holy crap, he just jumped that and he like hung there. He looked like Michael Jordan for
Check his shoes. Check his shoes.
Yeah.
It came down to kickers. Can you ever remember a season in Buffalo Bills history where we have cycled through this many kickers?
No. Nope. Kickers, all sorts of players. But kickers, yeah, it's crazy.
They cut his ass. Did we bring somebody else in, or is Bass ready to go, or Prater's back?
I think Bass is done for the year. I think he's out for the year. But
let's find out.
Because I don't think they put Prater on IR. They just had him injured or whatever.
What's the guy's name? But Tyler. Almost forgot his name. He's on IR, so he's probably done.
Yeah, because he had surgery on something. I don't remember what they said.
So what's Prater's?
He hurt his leg in that one kick, the final kick of...
On the kickoff.
Wasn't that in Cleveland? Was that the Cleveland game?
He is questionable.
Okay, so he's probably going to play. That's my thought process. He's probably going to play.
Because otherwise you got to bring in Young Ho.
Yeah. And you know that he's the one that kicked the ground?
Yes.
I did not realize that till last night. I was talking to my buddy about football stuff in general. And he's like, yeah, we worked out the kicker that kicked 3 inches in front of the ball.
Yeah, freaking Young Ho. Yeah, the fucking season of kickers.
Yeah.
How many games did a kicker... this game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You could blame a kicker. Mm-hmm. First Patriots loss, right? Came down to a missed kick in that game too.
Yeah, wasn't that Prater?
Yep. I'm looking at Prater stats. Field goal percentage of 90%, tied for 14th.
Career or season?
Season. Extra point percentage. Huh. Can you believe this, Mike? Can you fucking believe this? He has a 93.5% accuracy for extra points. Guess where that ranks him? 32nd.
Oh my God. How many has he missed?
Because
you got to figure Josh alone accounts for how many touchdowns. So he's got to kick an extra point on a majority of those.
He's hit 9.3.5 out of every 10, and he's 32nd in the league.
That's insanity.
His longest is 52, which is tied for 33rd. Now,
Right.
Granted, there's more than 32 kickers in the league because you'd bring in somebody, whatever.
We've had 3.
Yeah,
well, I don't know if Bass didn't play any this year, but
Bass, Prater, Badgley.
back to Prater.
Yeah, but do we have another guy in there too?
I don't think so.
Oh.
But Bass has not kicked this year, so he wouldn't count.
He's got 97 points, tied for 23rd. But that's vaster. Okay. So, season of kickers, injuries, definitely could use kick. Oh, you know what else I want to bring up? You know how we're all, was it last year when we were all talking negotiations about what we would pay Jimbo Cook? And we were all like, I wouldn't pay him more than 10. He's like a 2-down back. He doesn't command the game at the end of the game when it's important. Well, guess what happened at the end of this game? He wasn't in there.
That's insanity to me.
He was asking to get taken out. He had Johnson coming in. Like, dude,
he asked to be taken out?
I could see him do the wave like, come sub me.
I got you, okay.
A couple times. But why aren't you not in there, dude?
You know, it's funny because we were watching the game last night, and the Rams were doing the same thing with Puka Nacua. He got one of the best receivers in the league, and he's not, like, where's the logic in this stuff?
Are these guys all prima donnas and like they just, I need a breath?
Well, and Cook came out of Georgia as a receiving back. So if you're down in the game, you're going to throw the ball, right? That's part of what we do. Put him out there.
Right.
Put him out there as, keep him as your screen option and put Shakir down the field at least 10 yards. You know what I mean? Something. But
you disappointed with Shakir this year?
I don't know that I'm disappointed with Shakir. I'm disappointed with how Shakir's been used.
Yes, that's how I should have asked it.
Yeah, I'm disappointed with how he's been used. I think that if you use him properly, if you would have used him like a Cole Beasley,
Wes Welker,
exactly. They're all cut from the same mold.
Edelman.
Yep. These guys made careers of over the middle for 5, 7, 10 yards. They made careers out of that.
We don't have it.
No, and before we started throwing behind the line of scrimmage to him all the time, he led the league in yards after contact. I know that's gone away now because he can't go anywhere. But get him out where he's moving. You're throwing him the ball to your left or to your right, and his feet are planted when he gets that ball. Now he's got to take off. By then, especially with how predictable that play is, the defense is all over him. Get him out in the open. Hit him on the run. 5 yards. It's not asking for a lot.
Yeah.
But
if contracts were not in this discussion and you're playing GM, what receivers do you keep on this team and who's gone? You could throw tight ends in there too.
Well, tight ends, I'm going to keep Kincaid. He's got to be healthy, though. That's the problem I'm having. He seems like a glass jaw kind of right now. But I'm keeping Kincaid because when he's healthy, he's good. He's dominant.
You know what? Let's bring up, continue. I'm going to pull his stats up real quick.
As far as actual wide receivers who are labeled as wide receivers, I don't know that I keep any of them. Because, maybe a Shakir if you've got the right threats to complement him, right? So, like what I'm saying is you got your Brandon Cooks type of players. If he's playing the way he should be, which he did this week, if he's playing the way he should be, that theoretically should help free up guys like Shakir, Gabe Davis, if he's in the game. That's another thing, too. We're constantly playing this game of scratch this guy, play this guy, and they never seem to make the right call. It never seems to be the right. I don't care.
Who do you think makes that choice? Is that Brandon Beane telling you who to play or not play, or is that a McDermott?
I think it's probably more McDermott, I would think, but I'm sure they all have input on it. I don't care about Keon, whatever, but there were a couple games where Davis should have been in there, and he wasn't. I think is he your dominant wide receiver? Of course not, but he's pretty steady.
He's a big guy,
and he's consistent. He doesn't. By consistent, what I mean is he's not going to have a horrible drop most times for you. Every receiver is going to have a bad drop here or there, but he's pretty consistent. Where we're getting guys like Cooks until this week did nothing. Hardman, I'm glad that we got rid of him, but he was a waste. That was a waste of a pickup. He came in, he played one game, did some kick returns, pulled his hamstring. He's out forever, comes back, does nothing in another game, we cut him.
Right. Yeah. Was he cut before the game or after the? He was cut before the game.
Before, yeah.
So he played one game, right?
Yeah, two. He played one where he got hurt, and then he came back and played one, and then he was out.
Did he actually do anything in that game?
Nope.
I don't remember him coming back.
No, because they've got Shakir returning punts, and they've got Ray Davis doing the kickoffs.
Right.
That's what they brought him in for, was to return kicks.
Yeah.
Why? If we've got Davis there.
Right.
Who's doing awesome, by the way.
Kincaid, regular season, 36 receptions, tied for 101. Now, granted, this has got to be for league and not just tight end group. 523 yards, 5 touchdowns, averages 14.5. I mean, that's not bad. 14.5.
Curtis Samuel has 7. And Kincaid's a tight end. So that's what I'm saying. I would keep him around when he's healthy.
Oh God, yeah.
He's the guy that I want around.
Is he still on his rookie deal too? It says it's his
third year,
2023. So third year.
So this should be the last year of his right? Is it 3 or 4 years on the rookie deal?
I think you get 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I like Shakir. I would actually, if you had a different coordinator, do you think this team, this group could do better for you?
Yep. And I'll tell you why. New England Patriots. All those years. Now, I'm not saying that Josh is Tom Brady. Nobody can jump down my throat for that. That's not what I'm saying. But all those years with Tom Brady and a list of no names on the receivers, on the running backs, and they won year after year after year because of how it was planned and schemed. And
that was Josh McDaniel for most of it.
It was all him. It was all
okay.
And now he's back there.
Yeah,
So I think that if we had, it was funny when Brady came in. Friend of mine, Chris, you've met him. He's the Tampa Bay fan. He said to me, he goes, "You guys are not going to like Brady," because he's also an Oklahoma fan and watched Brady coach against him for how long. He's like, "You guys are not going to like Brady. He's going to come in and he's going to have 10-15% of his plays are the same every week. And then he'll throw in this and throw in that. But the problem is..."
That's true. I see that.
Yeah, and he said that way back then. And he's so negative on the Bills because he just wants to be a shit disturber with the Bills. So I kind of blew him off. Well, we've had those conversations again. And he's like, "What'd I tell you?" And that's exactly what we're seeing. So if the Bills have a quick trip in the playoffs, I think that Brady should be one of the first to go. Brady, yep. And I'll tell you what, up until just recently, I was also on the same with Babbage. Thank you. With Babbage. I was on the same with him because our defense wasn't doing anything. Well, now they are. So now what do you do? And the defense is doing that with a couple key pieces out, right? Yeah, huge. Like Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver, 1. Hoyt was Hoyt 2. He was brought in for that, for that. DeMar Hamlin. Okay.
TJ Sanders has been in and out a little bit. If he was healthy, who's to say anything about that Landon Jackson kid? If that would have turned on anything.
And don't forget, on the back end, we've got Jordan Poyer starting every game and Trey White starting every game. And they've been halfway decent.
Right, right. I saw Hairston run around a little bit, making a couple plays. Bishop's coming into his. Maybe Hancock will relieve Poyer next year.
I'm excited about Hairston. I think he's going to develop into a really good player. Cole Bishop, I was one of the naysayers, and all of a sudden he's been proving me wrong. So I'm fine with that. All of a sudden, someone said all of a sudden he decided to be a Pro Bowler, so I'm fine with that.
Guess what? Poyer. No shit. They have him down as. They don't have him listed with any defensive stats.
How?
I'm looking at the score here. They don't have him in. I lied. Ogunjobi did play in this game. Not a healthy scratch. He had two tackles. That was it. I don't see any stat. 75. I'll answer my own question. Andre Jones Jr.
Okay. I don't know who that is.
He drafted in 23. It's his second season from Louisiana. And I have no idea what previous experience he has. Oh, go figure. He came from Washington. Yeah, so I got nothing. I got Milano. Milano led the team with tackles.
I'm looking at it too. You're right. There's not one stat.
For the last several weeks, he was your leading tackler.
Let me do this. I'm going to actually go to the player stats for the season, and I'm going to see what it says here.
Yeah. Okay.
Poyer, 26 solo tackles, no assisted tackles, no safeties, half a sack, and 6 tackles for loss. Okay. I mean, it's something. When you compare, if he's at 26, at just really quick glance, our highest is 53, and that's Cole Bishop. Yeah. So,
Eagles. Oh, never mind. They missed. Oh no. That's when did you know he played? He played in Philly.
Who did?
Poyer.
That's where we got. That's
in
where
Cleveland.
He came to us from Cleveland. Yep.
Miami, Buffalo. Okay, so where the hell is this last game? Forget. Who gives a shit? It's gone. Who gives a shit? Okay.
So we can come back to whatever you want, but let's talk about the Jets game real quick. Don't care. I don't care what happens.
Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing to be had of win or loss and nothing really changes other than your position will change based on if a Chargers lose, which if they're not going to play with, they're going to take their chances with playing.
The Chargers are playing in Denver.
No.
Quarterback.
No, standings. So right now, the Chargers are going to play Jacksonville.
Yep.
Or they're going to play New England.
Right. And basically, it's the same with us, too, for the most part. We could end up in 5th, which would put us in Pittsburgh or Baltimore.
So do the Bills want to win to play Pittsburgh because they don't want to play New England again, or do you want to play New England again and beat their ass? I'm
fine with either one. I would love to play Pittsburgh, and the only reason or Baltimore. The only reason why I say that is 5th is your only chance of potentially having a home game down the road, depending on who's left.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And not that we have to have a home game, but it sure makes it nice.
2, 3, 4. You beat the 4. Could you, though?
The teams in front of you would have to lose, but
New England and Jacksonville, very possible.
That's what I'm saying. This is the year.
Potentially playing like a Houston or us or LA. Those top 2, 3, and 4 could lose.
Absolutely. In the last recording that I was here for, Joe was here, and Joe said his dream scenario is that we end up in 5th and walk through all the reasons why, and every reason made sense.
Yep.
So I'm totally good with finishing 5th. Now, that being said, I'm a firm believer in just make the tournament. It's all you have to do, and anything can happen. You know, how many...
Especially this year.
Yeah. This year's the most unpredictable year ever. In fact, I was... it may have been the Sunday night game. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The commentators were like, this has just been the weirdest year. Anything could happen, and they're not wrong.
Playoffs should be fun.
Yep.
I, right now, would probably put money on the NFC to win it all.
I don't disagree with you.
Like, I was going through my board here of the standings, and I could not believe, let's go to the regular divisional standings, that there are 3 teams in the NFC West that are Seattle at 13-3,
Yep.
the 49ers at 12-4,
Yep.
and the Rams at 11-5.
And
3 of them are going to the playoffs.
Those actually, all 3 of those should be in the playoffs. Yeah,
They are.
those are my top 3 teams that I don't want to play.
Oh, God, no.
And I'll tell you, I'm sure we'll get into the games for this coming weekend, but that's a big game. San Francisco is playing Seattle on Saturday night, and the winner gets a number 1 seed.
Yes, here we go. We got Carolina at Tampa also playing for the division.
There's 3 important games. That's it.
3?
Two of them happen on Saturday.
That's why they probably flexed, moved all that shit.
2 of them happen Saturday. I don't remember which is which, but Saturday night, I believe, is the San Francisco.
Yeah, Carolina and Tampa's 4:30.
So those 2 are for their
divisions.
Well, not even a division, but first overall and a bye for the San Francisco game. So the winner gets the first round bye. The other one's for the division. The loser is out of the playoffs. And then the other one, too, the Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, you losing, you're out.
Yep. The Pittsburgh-Baltimore game is the same scenario. Win the division, lose, you're out of the playoffs. So, sorry.
So that would make sense as to why they put those 2 NFC games on Saturday.
Yep.
And then have a bunch of shit, like I'll run through real quick. New Orleans at Atlanta, 1 o'clock. Cleveland at Bengals, 1 o'clock. Green Bay at Minnesota, 1 o'clock.
None of these games matter for anything.
Is Green Bay locked? Are they in?
Yes. The only...
Minnesota is out, okay.
Yep.
Dallas and New York, both out.
Yep.
Tennessee at Jacksonville. Jacksonville's playing for seed.
Right. And they may not even bother because they can't get the first.
Right. Indianapolis at Houston, also possibly first seed because Indianapolis just got eliminated.
Right.
New York at Buffalo, we're playing possibly for maybe a higher seed. I don't know. Detroit at Chicago. What the fuck happened to Detroit?
I know.
They're out.
What happened in Chicago? All of a sudden they're dominant.
Dude. Yeah. 4:30s. Rams at Denver. Potentially could have something there, but you had mentioned 3 times not playing their starters for the Chargers. Kansas City at Vegas. None of that matters.
Nope.
A lot of these games are losing for better draft picks.
That's what it is. Yep.
And who wants to sacrifice it, right? Arizona at LA. I'm sure LA is going to want to win that game, right? It's for seeding or no?
Yep, it is for seeding. Yep. They can't get first at this point because they lost last night. Okay. But it is for seeding still.
Yeah. Miami, New England. We'll see what happens if New England's. I mean, if you're New England or Denver, I would think you would want to win.
Yeah.
Unless you're this guy, Sean here, and refuse to play your guys and you want a bye.
I'll tell you right now, if Buffalo was in that position, they're playing for the win. They're playing for the bye, right? So I think that they'll do that, but to what cost?
Would the Bills do it if they were already in their new stadium? Or does the old stadium being the last season, does that make a difference to anyone in terms of, do we go for the win to have home field advantage in this building for the last hoorah? Or do they go with, we got to protect our players? What do you think they do?
You know what I think they do? I think the answer to your question is yes. I think they sit their players, but they're confident that Trubisky can beat the Jets.
Are you confident?
I am. I am confident he could beat the Jets. Am I confident that he can beat Jacksonville? No. Can he beat Houston? No. But it's the Jets. So
does Cook rest?
I would rest him. You know what? Roll with Davis and Johnson.
Okay.
Just let him roll. You know what I mean? But I do think that, and I was going to, when we talked about it later, I was going to tell you, I have a bold prediction. I think Trubisky's going to throw 2 touchdowns this weekend.
You going to put that on your legs?
I will. If I can. If I can, because sometimes they don't even list the backup. But,
okay.
But you know what? I think he's going to go out firing. I do. We've had games in years past where, oh, God, what was the backup quarterback we had for a while? He played for USC. Oh, jeez, I can't think of his name.
You talking about Leinart?
Not Leinart, although he was here for a split second.
He
but
was.
that's not who I was talking about.
A.J. McCarron. No, he was a Bama guy.
No.
What years are we talking? Who's
Just recently. I think Trubisky took over for him.
Oh, what was his name? Keenum. No. Case Keenum?
No.
Was he here, though?
He was, yep. In fact, he and Josh are good friends.
What the frick was that guy's name? It's right on the tip of my tongue. People listening are yelling at their
They're like, you idiots.
radios or phones. You idiot, it's so-and-so.
Oh, my God. They give me a whole list of prior backups, and not one of them is who I'm looking for. This is the list that it just gave me. Drew Bledsoe, Kelly Holcomb, Alex Van Pelt, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Tyrod Taylor, Kyle Orton, Nathan Peterman, Mitch Trubisky, and Mike White. None of those are who I'm looking for.
While you're doing that, so we got Miami at New England. We'll see what they all do. Then you got Washington at Philly. I would assume that Philly is going to rest their guys. Mm-hmm. And then, like you said, the Sunday 8 o'clock is the other in and win, and out you lose.
Yep.
I'm
telling you,
out.
Right now, there's only 3 games this weekend that I'll put money on, minus maybe Trubisky 2 touchdowns. And that's the San Fran game, the Tampa Bay game, and the Pittsburgh game.
Yeah.
Because they're the only games that really mean anything.
You're right. So, how much, so do you think if there was a situation where, like I just said, you could get home field advantage in this rich stadium, as most people know it, Ralph Wilson Stadium, Old Highmark, soon to be Old Highmark Stadium, do you think they would have rolled the dice and played their guys like long enough to make sure they feel confident in a win and then yank everybody, or do you think they still do what they're going to do?
Matt Barkley is who I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah. Good name. Good poll.
Yeah. I don't think the building has anything to do with it. Okay. I really don't.
Okay.
I can understand why it could, but I think it has more to do with health and the health of these players and the fact that we really can't gain anything, especially now, but you know what I mean?
Especially if that Josh is got an ankle injury or whatever he's dealing with.
Keep him off it for 2 weeks.
It sucks for you, and it sure sucks for Sean and everybody else that's going to that game.
Yeah.
To watch him take a snap and walk out of that field.
Right.
That sucks.
But you know what? Like,
I wonder what cool shit they're going to do.
That's the only reason why I'm going. I want to see, because I was fortunate enough to go to the last game of the Odd, and I remember it.
Because I lucked out, and my sister had an extra Stein.
Oh, okay.
So I was able to get that.
That's cool as heck. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I saying again? We were talking about. I was fortunate enough to go to the last game in the Odd, and I remember it vividly. I remember Rick Jennerett's speech. I remember, Pat LaFontaine doing the lap, all the things. I remember every bit of it.
God, Pat LaFontaine, what an awesome hockey player.
Yeah. And so I just want to be able to say I went.
Yeah.
So my wife, is supposed to go with me, and we've already talked, like I told you earlier, about maybe even taking off early. Because why? Why would we stay?
Do you think okay, let's play this out. Josh Allen starts, one snap, maybe a series, he's out. You play your linemen because God knows they need the reps.
Yep.
Cook sits. I would run every fucking receiver you have.
Yeah.
See what you can figure out against a shit team.
Yep.
Run some plays that you want to throw out just to see what happens. Your defense, maybe rest Bosa.
Yeah.
Maybe play everybody else.
I'm resting anyone who's banged up that I can. I understand there's limitations, but if they're banged up, why not?
Right.
Treat it like a bye week.
Right.
That's my personal opinion. Bosa is definitely one of them. If Oliver's ready to come back, I don't bring him back. Who are we talking about that was banged up?
Prater?
Yeah. Well,
you know what? Let Ray Davis kick.
Actually, one of our guys in the group said that. I'm not. Wait, it's who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares?
If this game means absolutely nothing, then fuck it.
Yeah. Just go out there, have some fun with the players who don't get to play much, and then let's move on to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now we got dial it in and get serious. What I don't want to lose sight of in the 2-week span is how shitty we played and how we can't do that again. You know, we can't play the way we've been playing against these teams. We're not going to win a playoff game if we go down 21-0 like we did in New England. We're not going to win a playoff game if we score 12 points against a team that we held to 16 yards. You know, this kind of stuff has to go away.
Especially when you only need to score 13 points.
Right. I mean, 13 points for us is less than a half.
Right.
You know, what happened? But that all being said, playoffs are a different beast. Playoffs are a different season. And if I to pick who I want as my quarterback, it's going to be Josh every time.
Oh, 100%.
So even Orlovsky was saying this morning or yesterday morning, whatever it was, somebody was like, you know, the Bills are...
The chick? The blonde-haired girl?
No, Dan Orlovsky.
No. She was asking him.
Oh yeah, and he was she was asking him if, you know, is the Bills window open? Is this, and he's like, how many times are we going to ask this question? The answer is no, it's not closed. Just leave it go. They have Josh Allen,
right?
You know, and he's not wrong. Yes, Josh made a freaking bonehead play that cost us the game. Okay. In an all but meaningless game, it happened. It sucked. That's the time to do it. Now, get your shit together and let's go out and be who you are, you know. And what is it? 5 wins, right? 5 wins in the playoffs we need? 4 wins? Whatever the... 4.
Divisional. Wild card, divisional, conference, Super Bowl. 4.
So someone had mentioned too, and I think it was in our group chat. What did they say? They said something about... I forget. I'm drawing a blank on what he said, but I was going to go over to Josh with, you know, playing the hero ball, not playing the hero ball, all the things. I would much rather him not have to play hero ball and have our offensive coordinator maybe have some game plan ready, you know, because I think when the hero ball comes into play, it's either astronomically successful or an astronomical failure. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want that. Let's hopefully go out with a solid game plan for once. A 60-minute solid game plan.
Yes, and complimentary, too.
Yeah.
A couple things we share in the chat that might be funny. Sauce Gardner.
Yep.
Started the season 1-7 with the Jets. Gets traded to the Colts. Goes 1-7.
That's amazing. He's probably like, what did I do?
Yeah. You shared something about Stephon Diggs, and apparently he's being accused of assaulting somebody else again.
Yep.
Playoff picture as of today. Denver has the bye. Houston will play at Pittsburgh. Chargers will play at Jacksonville. The Bills will play at New England.
Yep.
What do you think of that scenario if it stands like that?
Look, I do firmly believe that if we play our game the way that we should, we can beat anybody anywhere.
Sure.
We just have to do that. And that's what we haven't been doing.
So do you like a matchup against a New England team? I would take it.
Yeah, me too. I would take it too because I do think – because we barely lost the first game, right? What was the first game again?
The first game was 20-23.
Yeah, so it was close, but we lost it. And then the second game –
we were down quite a bit.
And we figured out how to shut that across the middle shit down that Drake May was picking us apart with.
Right.
Once we shut that down, May didn't know what to do. And that's why we took over that game. So to what you mentioned earlier, our defense has been playing solid for a few weeks now, however many. If we can go out there like that, I think we can beat any team. We have to play better on the offensive side of the ball, better than we've been doing. And that's why teams like, I sound like a broken record, but teams like Houston scare me.
Sure.
You know, so do I like the matchup? I'd rather go to Pittsburgh.
I'll tell you right now, I really hope Pittsburgh wins because I don't want Baltimore being in.
Right.
I would rather face Pittsburgh than Baltimore.
Do we talk about Baltimore?
No.
Talk about?
Let's talk about it.
Have you seen the thing where they're supposedly sick of Lamar? Supposedly the team in general is just sick of Lamar, and they're looking at the potential of moving on from him.
That is crazy.
Well, he's misses at least one day of practice every week. He's got a reason to miss practice every week. Now, the last couple of games, this last game especially, was a big game for them. Didn't play because he was sore still from the hit he took the game before. This week is a win or go home, and he's not sure if he's going to play. His status isn't even questionable. It's to be determined.
Oh, let me see this. I want to see this. I'm not questioning you. I just want to see how it looks.
It was even to the point where Harbaugh was asked about it, and he said, my relationship with Lamar is A-okay. Whatever that.
Lamar Jackson, he's questionable. Okay, so they don't list it as. That'd be funny if they had it down. Imagine him. Oh God, imagine him like what team really could use? Let's look at the board here. God, you know where he would fit in really well? Imagine him in Cleveland. Imagine him with the Raiders.
Yep.
You can't go to Tennessee because you got that Ward. The Jets.
The Jets are a potential landing spot, but
the Dolphins.
You want to know where I heard?
Hold on. Are they already out of the playoff picture?
Yes, and they have an established quarterback.
Established quarterback. Washington. Oh.
No.
AFC?
Yep.
Bengals.
Yep.
God damn, no.
Because supposedly
they're sick of Burrow?
Well, Burrow's not happy. So if Burrow wants to move on, I mean, I don't think that'll be a swap because of the division, but they might ship Burrow off somewhere and in turn try and go after Lamar. Who knows? I mean, this is just spitballing.
Imagine if the Dolphins got a quarterback.
Look what they're doing after they moved on from Tua.
Who the hell they got down there?
Yeah, I don't even know. He's someone they drafted last year. I don't even know what his name is, but he's won what? He didn't beat. Did they win this weekend? No, they lost big to Cincinnati this weekend, I think, right?
They lost to Tampa 20-7. Oh, no, they beat Tampa 20-17.
Okay.
So the Dolphins, let's see, are 7-9.
That's crazy. The way they started.
Yeah.
I mean, they beat us, but
7-9.
They've already said McDaniel's not going anywhere. Did you see that?
Well, that takes out him as a possible OCCC here.
Yeah.
I would try anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, like they say on the interviews, like, you are wasting Josh Allen's time.
Mm-hmm.
Not his time, but his talents. Like, you only have him for so long, and
right.
Is this what you really think is best? I don't. I think we should definitely move on from Brady. Babbage 50-50 because I really think that still all goes through McDermott. And I think that maybe Babbage has learned enough or taken enough notes now from learning from McDermott that maybe McDermott doesn't have to carry around the play sheet anymore.
Right.
For calling the defenses.
Yep.
So I'm 50-50 on if you keep him, but Brady should go.
Yeah.
I don't think the Bills should ever have anybody on the staff by the last name of Brady anyways. So, yeah, and then, so here, okay. So if this was a playoff picture, let's do who would you take out of Houston and Pittsburgh?
Houston.
Okay. Who would you take out of the Chargers and Jacksonville?
That's in Jacksonville. The way they've been playing, they're just far more convincing to me than the Chargers.
I'll agree with you on Houston, Pittsburgh, and just for drama, I'll go with the Chargers on that one, if it stands. Okay, we're all going to pick the Bills. NFC, you got Seattle with the bye, San Fran and Carolina. I would have to go with San Francisco.
Brock Purdy is playing out of his mind. Since he came back from injury, he just doesn't look... So, yes.
I was shocked to see that Carolina has crawled back after the shelling that we gave them, that they're winning a division.
Yeah, well,
How
again,
shitty is that division?
Yeah, that's the problem. It's no different than the Pittsburgh-Baltimore scenario.
And shocking that the Falcons were eliminated as soon as they were after they... what a funny year this year, right?
Yeah, everything.
Just
no Kansas City, potentially no Baltimore, no Cincinnati,
Yeah.
all the heavy hitters,
Yeah.
We're lucky.
So we're both mutual on San Fran.
Yep.
Okay, big game. Rams and Eagles. I got to take Rams.
Yeah, where is that?
Philly. If it ended today.
I still have to take the Rams, yeah.
Okay. And then you got Green Bay and Chicago. I got to go with Chicago.
Yeah, me too. Chicago, I don't know what it is about them. They just have a swagger. And
Green Bay, I think, is not peaking.
Annie Agar's not happy about that.
No, she is not. She is not. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted... today the Cowboys released Stephon Diggs' brother. Do you think the Bills would ever bring in another player with the Diggs on his back?
I think they would. They're not going to. I don't know if you saw, too, he immediately hired a new agent, after he was released. So if we claim him I can all but guarantee you he'll pull a Darius Slay. I don't think he wants to play here. I think he wants to go with his brother is what he wants to do. So I think that's why he hired
Cowboys also eliminated?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, well then shit, he wants to go anywhere that's in the playoffs.
100%. But if he can roll with his brother, he was trying to get Stephon to Dallas when Stephon was with us.
Yeah.
So, but who knows? I mean, we could definitely use his help. And when he's solid, he's good. But he's very, like the one year he had 7 interceptions or whatever, and then the next year I don't know if he had any. Maybe
I don't
one.
know.
So,
yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about this before we end. How about them fucking Sabres?
I know.
I don't want to jinx them. 9 in a row, folks. They are, what did I say, third in division, 5th in the conference or something crazy?
Yeah, they're 5th right now. And the difference between last and first is only like 5 points, so it's a log jam in there.
Yes.
Let me see if I can find this real quick. The Sabres put something up on Twitter earlier that you don't even have to see it. You just have to hear it.
Okay.
So let me
the Sabres put this up?
Yeah, it's hysterical. Let me see. Where are we? Of course, I'm going to.
So if the Bills sit, everybody, you still taking the Bills over the Jets?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I
31-10?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll close that out. We're done with that.
Why can't I find this now? Oh, wait a minute. Saberhood, is that it? Man, I wish I would have saved this. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Is this it? It's gone. There it is. Okay. Oh, shit. That's not it either.
Yeah, look at that. They are 5th in the Atlantic. God, when did they go to 2 divisions?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
I remember when they had 3 divisions.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Who the hell was in their division? I forget now. Pittsburgh, Boston, Ottawa, Montreal. Who else was in that division?
How long ago are we talking?
When they were, what was the division they used to be in?
Well, we were the Adams division at one point. We were
maybe then.
Yeah, the Quebec Nordiques were around back then.
Oh,
Hartford Whalers.
Oh yeah.
All right, for whatever reason they took it down. I wonder if they got in trouble and had to take it down. But the caption just said, How many times have the Sabres won? And it was Ed Rooney from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, just going 9 times. Remember the absent? Do you remember that scene? Yeah. It was hysterical. And then Carl Kolyakovo, or however you say his name, retweeted it and said, Sabres, you earned this one.
Yeah, they're sitting at 20, 14-4 at 44 points. They have 2 games in hand on the Bruins, and we're 2 points ahead of them. So
I think we're
5 points out of first place.
We're either even.
Hold on. When the frick did Detroit come over to the Eastern Conference?
Again, when they realigned everything. Yeah, that was part of the move.
What the shit?
This is how much that we haven't paid attention because the Sabres have sucked so bad for so long.
Well, who did they pull out?
I'd have to go back and look through them, but is Columbus in the Eastern, or are they still?
Wait a minute. Columbus is still in the Eastern.
Because there's the Atlantic.
Was Nashville at one time in the Eastern? And maybe they switched those two?
I don't remember. Yeah, maybe.
But Nashville's not that far from Carolina.
Who knows?
Edmonton, Vegas. This all makes sense. Okay.
Look, all I know is just keep on winning, right? As Dory would say, just keep swimming. Just keep winning.
Yeah. Sabres on a 9-game heater. Does it have their best streak in here or just their current streak? I mean, Colorado's on an 8-game winner.
Yeah. But they're on the other side.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, okay. Yeah, so they're at 44 points. Red Wings are sitting at the top with 49, so you're 5 points out of that. And Carolina's got the most points in the Eastern at 51, so you're only 7 points out.
But doesn't Carolina, haven't they played 2 more games than us, too? Don't we have 2 games?
Nope, they've played 38 also.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought that.
Detroit has played 40.
Okay.
So,
because I think, at least before last night, we were either even with every team or we had games in hand on every team.
Okay, so if you were to break down for the wild card, Detroit has 40 games. Everybody else has got 39 to 37.
Okay.
and we currently are tied with Florida for the second wild card with 44 points.
Oh.
So
Now, not to burst anybody's bubble, but we've done this before. We won 10 games in November a couple years ago.
and then lost 20 in a row.
And we came in last place.
Yes.
That was the Owen Power draft.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I know, Corey, you hate hockey talk. What would you do with Owen Powers
I get
right
rid of
now?
him. I get rid of him.
Yeah.
You know why? I do believe that he has potential. I believe his ceiling is far from met. It's not working here. And at this point, there's still enough leverage with his potential ceiling to get a decent return.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yep.
And who knows? Like we said before, maybe he'll go somewhere else and blow up. It's a Buffalo way. But if we can get something in return for that, and it sounds like Yarmo is going to be very aggressive.
Yeah, and they got rid of who else did they just fire?
The GM from Rochester.
Carmanos.
Was that his name? Did you hear about why they fired him?
Well, I knew he never was in the building.
He lives in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
He was very rarely in Buffalo or
Correct,
Rochester. Yeah. And Yarmo was, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here because we need to be here to win. You don't want to be here with me? We don't need you. That's what he said in his press conference.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. That's the kind of shit that we need, right?
Because that's what they were talking on the after the whistle is the dude worked from home and didn't live here and never was around. So
yeah.
And they brought in some guy from Montreal, I guess.
Well, yeah, he was the Montreal GM for a long time, and I like that hire a lot. It's, you know, I said this to a friend of mine. I'm not sure if I said it in our group or not, but we went from the laughingstock of the league as far as front office goes to respectable overnight, just with those two hires.
Okay, so transitioning back to the Bills, now you're talking about front office.
Yep.
Could you challenge, question being in his decisions this season?
Sure. I mean, you're not winning. Anytime you're not winning, you question everything, right? I mean, you're winning, but you know what I'm saying. We came into this season, we sat at this very table and said, isn't it crazy that we're favored in every game?
I do remember that conversation.
Yep.
Every game.
Yep. Every game of the season we were favored in. That's not the case anymore. So that's a regression, right? So anytime there's any sort of a regression. Now, how far do we make it in the playoffs, right? If we're out in the wild card, there's changes. You know, if we make it to the AFC Championship.
What changes do you think would come about if we lost in the wild card?
Well, I got to see how we lose, but if the first one off the top of my head is going to be Brady. I mean, Brady's got to go. We've got to do something. We've got probably the most talented quarterback in the league at the moment, right? Physically anyway, like we talked about earlier, and we're wasting him, like we said.
What situation would have to happen that Pagula would want to change from Bean?
I don't know that he will. Think about it. Think about, so Pagula was very hands-on with the Sabres. Look what happened. Pagula was very hands-off with the Bills. Look what happened. And you almost have a faith in that person. You know what I mean? So the only other thing that we don't know about, that we don't see as just random fans, is what kind of respect does Bean have around the league? Because that's huge. One of the reasons why the Sabres couldn't do shit is no one wanted to deal with Adams. Who did? No one wanted to deal with him. You know?
Well, I'm just thinking like a lot of these last-second moves and pickups haven't panned out. Mm-hmm. McCole Hardman didn't work out.
Last year, Amari Cooper was all but useless.
Didn't work out.
Yeah.
One glimmer and done.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. So far, the retreading of Gabe Davis hasn't really done anything.
Right.
Curtis Samuel hasn't worked out. Keon Coleman was a miss. I won't bring up injuries from draft picks because that's shit that you don't plan for.
Yeah.
What about Brandon Cooks? As of this past game, 2 games prior, didn't do anything.
He had more drops than catches.
Yeah. I will say your offensive line is probably just getting beat up, and it's been a long season. And God, imagine what like Sean here would be saying, like if they were to add 2 more regular season games to an already long season, like the longevity of these players, like you might actually have to bet the house on a game versus a shitty Jets team and be like, hey, listen, this week we're not playing Josh. He needs a break.
Yep.
Like, do teams start doing that?
The NBA does that
right
now, and I understand they play a lot more games, but it's a lot less physical.
Sure,
you know,
right? But like, is that something that's considered down the road? Like,
and you know,
hey, we're playing 18 games. Hey, Josh, you're going to sit week 3 against these guys. You're going to get that mini bye a bye, and we're going to sit you somewhere else. Like, do you start doing that?
You know,
If it comes to that, 18 games or 19 games.
I will tell you right now that I'll hate it if that happens because these games are not cheap.
No.
And if I'm paying my hard-earned money to go, I want to go see the Stars play. I'd be pissed if I'm just going to, I don't really watch basketball, but if I wanted to go to Cleveland to watch the Lakers so I could see LeBron play.
That's what my brother-in-law does.
And then LeBron doesn't play because it's one of his.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
That's my point.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see these guys. Are,
This weekend.
Yeah.
The Bills lost a game they should have won.
Yep.
And now you're not going to be able to see Josh Allen in the final game at
Right. He's going to
the
take
old
a
high
snap,
mark.
and he's going to be all done. He's going to keep his streak alive, and he's going to be done. So I hope they never do that. I think that takes away from – and these guys – look, I don't feel bad for them. They're making multi-millions of dollars to play a game.
thousands of dollars a second.
Tough it up, play the game, go home, sit in your hot tub. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
I don't feel bad for them.
Right. Speaking of hot tubs, that's a great segue.
Yeah.
Call Mike at MJB Electric. You won't get shocked. 465-5017, does residential. We only talk about hot tubs because I'm a newly hot tub owner. Hook me up. We're all set and good. Also, this season, get ready. I'm sure the snow's coming. Get that back ready. Get it straight. Call Dr. Bob, Doug's Chiropractic, 716-634-6272. Check out his website, Doug'sChiropractic.com. Okay, Mike. Sorry.
Okay. I don't even remember where I was at. It wasn't important. It was just I don't want them to sit the Stars.
Oh, we're talking about not these guys sitting on a regular basis because
So that's that would be my contention of it. You make a lot of money to play a game, and your career is not very long.
No,
So play the game.
unless you're Phillip Rivers.
Right, smartest guy on the planet. as
Got
far
him
as
health
I'm
insurance for another 5 years.
Yep.
God, imagine him come back in another 4.5 seasons,
Yeah.
like just to take a couple. Why is he even back?
No idea.
There's no other options. I understand you're friends with the GM or whoever over there, but really,
Yeah.
like, has he won a game yet? No.
You know what I don't understand is why didn't they go after Flacco? I understand that Flacco is still under contract with Cleveland, and Cleveland just sent him home, right?
Yeah.
But still, his ability to play. If you go to Cleveland and be like, I'll give you a 7th round draft pick.
Bro, Flacco has the highest yards per in a game this season.
It's nuts.
He has the most.
He and Rivers playing are two completely different things.
100%.
Flacco is still in game shape. He's still mentally in game shape. Rivers just looks slow.
What does that say to the gentleman who's been sitting on his couch for years from the day he took that kneel down? Colin Kaepernick.
Yep.
What does that say to him when you're getting outpicked by frickin' Phillip Rivers?
I know. There's got to
To
be
salvage
so
a
much
season.
more to Kaepernick than we ever knew about. There has to be, because how could no one bring him in? How can a team like
None.
the Raiders?
You don't even hear anyone working him out.
Nope. And I don't understand why.
Maybe he's passed on. Maybe he wants nothing to do with it. Maybe he's been called. You would think you'd hear that he's been called and that he's denied.
Well, I know
or
at
declined.
one point he was open about he hadn't heard from anybody and he wanted to play, but this is going back. So who knows if that's
What?
changed.
Okay, you know what? I want to look his name up because I want to know when the last season he played. Kaepernick.
It was all for San Fran, right? He never played anywhere else.
How do you even spell his name?
It's K-A-P.
Kae.
Oh, is it?
Okay. Let's see here. Stats. Oh, shit, dude. He hasn't played in 9 years.
Crazy.
2016 is the last time he took a snap. I mean, stats. 12,000 yards, 72 touchdowns, 30 picks. I don't know.
That's why I say there must be more to it than we know.
Has he been out of it that long? 6 years?
I'm telling you right now, I'd rather have him in there than Rivers.
1987, so that would make him 30, right?
87, he said?
Yeah, what's he, like 38?
17 would be...
Yeah, he's like 38.
Yeah.
So he just turned 38
So he's still younger than Rivers.
by 6 years.
And like even Rivers just getting up off the turf, he was slow. You know, moving around, he was slow. I don't understand. Look, I'm happy for him. He got the 5 extra years of health care. It didn't really cost the Colts anything because they're not winning. They're not going on. So
Winning.
Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah. All right, folks. Thank you to tuning in to the Bald and Beautiful podcast. Thank you, Mike. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to you and everyone else out there. And we'll see what happens in the Bills game. Does Josh take more than one snap? Does he stay in a quarter, one series? Don't know. And stay tuned to the TV to see where the Bills jump because this weekend determines what we're doing the following week.
Yep.
Where and when we play and possibilities, and we'll see what happens. But that all being said, Happy New Year and go Bills.
Go Bills.
Be good, do good. God bless, and go Bills.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
The ZaBillsPodcast is naturally assembled by Kmart Studio Productions. Sponsored by Doug's Chiropractic and MJB Electric. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already, please rate, review, and leave a comment. It certainly won't hurt. Executively produced. Executive sound engineering. Fundraising. Music. Lighting. Recruiting. Treasury. Pizza. Costume design. All by yours truly, me, Kyle. And all artwork was created by Avery and Mark Deschamps.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Please drive carefully, arrive home safely. Good night.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.